Well, it is Tuesday and I am back in the office. I was in Philadelphia this morning representing a client at a preliminary hearing. I'll be back in Philadelphia tomorrow, and then I'll be in New Jersey on Thursday, and finally back in Monroe County, Pennsylvania on Friday. So a lot of driving this week, not that unusual. I'm always back and forth between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Did come out with a blog article today regarding the assault charges that were filed against the California rapper. I did put that article out not to, again, embarrass anybody or to try to just pile on whenever a person who's a famous musician gets in trouble with the law, but to use it as an example to explain the difference between the laws in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and comparing those laws to a state like California. In this particular situation, this musician is charged with assault involving a handgun, and California, like Pennsylvania, doesn't maintain any mandatory minimum sentencing. New Jersey does maintain mandatory minimum sentencing with regards to firearms and also what is known as NERA offenses, No Early Release Act offenses in New Jersey. And I'm going to put out a blog article about that where I explain what NERA offenses are and why they're very, very serious in the state of New Jersey. But the point of the most current blog article is to explain assault charges and how you can have a situation where you're charged with assault charges and also with illegal weapons possession charges as well. Now, in a state like New Jersey, as I outlined, there are the mandatory minimum sentencing laws with regards to legal possession and possession of a gun or a firearm for an unlawful purpose. Those are two separate charges under New Jersey's Graves Act. Pennsylvania, it's a little easier to get a permit to carry, and also Pennsylvania doesn't have any mandatory minimum sentencing. But if you aren't permitted to carry a gun in Pennsylvania and you do so, you're going to be charged with violating Section 6106 of Pennsylvania Uniforms Firearms Act. If you're what is called a prohibited person in Pennsylvania, and New Jersey and California also have those statutes, you will be charged with an additional felony count. It's actually a felony of the first degree in the Commonwealth. Now, California, interesting enough, used to have some pretty strict mandatory minimum laws, and those were turned back when Governor Brown took office in 2018. He did repeal those laws, so people found them very harsh, and in some situations a person was facing 25 years to life for certain gun crimes, and they just simply found that to be just over the top. So in that article, I kind of explain what this musician is facing, and California does categorize assault with firearms as misdemeanors and felonies. This particular musician is charged with a felony count and faces the possibility of a state prison sentence. Now, he has entered a plea of not guilty. They haven't even gotten into the pretrial aspect of the case yet. He's probably just gone through the arraignment process, and they entered that plea. As you know, in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, there are very different systems I've outlined in many of my books and my blogs. So if you have questions about any of this, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The website, gamblinglaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All my books, my blogs, my videos are available there in one convenient format. It is the start of a new academic year. I will be coming out with a lot of blog articles on school searches. I came out with one recently. I'm also coming out with the top offenses that we see from high school and college students. I'm going to lay out the top offenses, the top 10 offenses that we've seen in representing people in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Again, no parent wants to have these issues, and the point of the article is just to educate both parents and students on very common offenses that we see, just so they're aware of their surroundings and possible temptations. I know the college life, often students take risk at parties with underage drinking, and also getting behind the wheel of a car sometimes. And sometimes those become incredibly sad cases. But once again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you all very soon.